Welcome to Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. Our show brings you closer to the heart of Texas A&M athletics through powerful stories of perseverance, purpose, and life-changing opportunities made possible by 12th Man Foundation donors. From student athletes and coaches to former students and dedicated staff, you'll hear firsthand how donor support shapes the lives of Aggie student athletes in competition and beyond. Whether you're a lifelong Aggie or simply curious about what makes Texas A&M so special, you're in the right place. Let's dive into today's episode. Howdy, and welcome back to another episode of Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. I'm your host, Ivy Robinson, and today I am in studio with Aggie football linebacker Scooby Williams. Thank you so much for being here and for joining us on the show, Scooby.
I appreciate you for having me.
Let's start with a fun question. What is a unique fact about yourself that you think not many people know?
I love playing chess. I was on the chess team in 6th grade.
Chess, this is awesome.
Me and one of my homeboys, we signed up. Well, I don't think we signed up. I think they just put us in the elective. And then we had this one cool instructor. Like, we went in up under the impression, like, this ain't really nothing like we want to do. And then we got good at it. And so we was like, yeah, we're going to keep playing this. So, yeah, I'm pretty good at chess. I ain't no madness good, but
that is so interesting. I've played chess maybe like 2 times in my life. But what, okay, you said you were put in an elective class for it?
Mm-hmm. This is in middle school, so like 6th grade.
I've never heard of a middle school having like a class for chess. That's awesome.
Yeah, facts.
So do you like still play it today in your free time?
Mm-hmm. So like I got a couple of teammates who play chess. I ain't played them yet, but actually I'm capping. No, that was Florida. I played some of my teammates in Florida. I walked up on them, came over here. I guess they scared of the smoke. So anybody who want to play me in chess, I'm all the way down.
Let Scooby know. Yeah. I also heard there's a story behind the name Scooby. Mm-hmm. Is that true? Like, is there a story or? Or have you always just been called Scooby?
No, it's just a little story everybody done heard once before, but the Scooby Snacks.
Oh, okay.
It just grew from there.
So the Scooby Snacks.
Yeah, I put in my Twitter. The coach started calling me that, and it just went from there.
Nice. Okay, so Scooby, tell us where you're from. Mm-hmm. Tell our listeners, because I know some of them probably already know this, but some may not. But tell us where you're from and what high school you went to.
I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I went to Ramsey High School. If you don't know where Ramsey at, I won't say it's downtown, but it's like right outside downtown, and it's set up on the hill. So that's why we call it a school on the hill. Okay. And we just look over the whole city. We didn't have a football team, I think, until we had a football team, but that was like back in the day. And then they disbanded the football team. So I think probably like 2014-ish, 15-ish, they got their football team back. So I think when I got there in 2017, they had to be like year 4, year 3. And then we shared the weight room. It was one weight room for all the athletics. So we probably had like 4 racks.
Really?
4 racks to like squat, bench. And then it was like 60 of us. And then, so football had to do that. And then basketball would come out there, whatever sport. So we had to switch. We ain't had no practice field. We got a practice field our junior year. I think my junior year. And we didn't no practice field. It was just like, we had like an empty lot on the side of the school. And then they spent like 6 months clearing it off. And then they just made, I think they threw some turf or some fake grass. And we just went from there, man. But before that, we had the bus to practice. We had a stadium called Lawson. That's where we played our home games. So it was like a 15, 20-minute bus ride to practice.
Oh, man.
15,
so
20
off
minute
campus, y'all have to go. Yeah.
Yes.
How big was the school? Like, how many kids were in your class? Do you know?
I don't even know, but it was pretty big. So Alabama, it goes to like 8A, I think, or 7A. We were 6A.
Okay, yeah.
So it was pretty big.
Yeah. Let's go back to the sport itself. When did you specifically start playing football? Who introduced you to the game? Mm-hmm. And did you play any other sports?
If I got my stories correct, my mom told me that she didn't want me to play football. But my granddad was like, sign him up. And he put me out there on the field. And it just went from there, man. I fell in love with the game since I was 5. And it's kind of easy to fall in love with someone you're good at it. And I was good at it at a young age. I played running back. And nobody wanted to talk to me because I was probably already like 5'8" at the time. And nobody wanted to talk to me. So I felt like Derrick Henry out there. And I also played linebacker too. It was really just like, how can we get Jeremiah the ball? How can he make plays on defense? If y'all want to see, I got so many clips on my Snapchat memories. So I can see all the league highlights. So yeah.
Nice.
I played basketball. I played baseball. I used to pitch. second base, outfield, shortstop, whatever you needed, I'm there. Like, I ain't played third base though. Third base ball came too fast. I couldn't do that.
Yep.
Basketball, I was the biggest one, so I played center. I ain't had no left hand, so that dream got cut short.
So was the dream always to continue football and try to go to college on a scholarship and get an opportunity?
Yeah, growing up though, I ain't know you needed a scholarship to play like wherever you wanted to. I just thought like, I bet. So this is my favorite team because growing up I was an Auburn fan. So I'm like, I don't know why nobody go to Auburn. Like, you feel me? Because I was a Cam Newton fan too at the time. So I ain't gonna lie, Cam Newton the reason why I played football because he had so much fun with the game, and I was having so much fun with the game at the time. So it was like, I guess when I get older, I want to model like his happiness. I want that same joy he was feeling. So yeah, that's what got me into football.
So as a top 100 recruit out of Birmingham, what lessons do you think you learned in high school that prepared you and kind of paved the way for college football?
I'd probably say my trainer probably got me prepared the most mentally and physically because mentally, okay, his name is Otis Leverett. You ever seen the trainer that trained with Jameis Winston? Well, if you never seen him, that's the same dude, like the same crazy workouts we was doing in my high school. And his workouts were so hard to the point where like you would think you would quit. Like, but he always like made sure we always finished. Like his methods might not have been like the most traditional, but it just exposed me to like, okay, I got way more in the tank. Or if I feel like I'm doing enough, I just remember it's like the work I put in before, all the stuff he told me then to like now. And I realized like, okay, I might not be doing enough because I worked way harder way back then. So I guess he just opened my eyes to realize like, I don't know, it's never enough. So just keep going and just have faith in yourself because ultimately like your training gonna show.
Yeah, just keep putting in the work, keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Tell us about your recruitment process and when the offers started kind of rolling in and what was that like? Take us back to that time in your life.
So like I said earlier, I didn't even know you needed an offer. So it was like my freshman year. I think we had just got done with a game or a spring ball. It was something. But coach called me to his office. He was like, yo, so-and-so, I want to talk to him. I'm like, UAB. So this UAB. So UAB is literally like right beside my high school. So he came up. He said, you got an offer. I'm like, I appreciate it. I ain't really think to like, I ain't know what it meant at the time. And one of my teammates, he was committed to, his name Deshaun, he was committed to UAB. He was like, yo, you got to post it on Twitter. Like, I don't even have Twitter. Like, yo, like, what am I supposed to do? So I went on Twitter and I just, like, in plain text, I received the offer from UAB. He looked at it like, no, this is all wrong. You know, you got to post a picture with the quote on. And then he got me right. And I posted that, added the people I needed to add. And then it just went from there. And then I think I got Louisville after that, Kentucky maybe. And it just went on.
Just kind of dominoed from there. Yeah. Okay, so you ended up going to the University of Florida. Why did you choose Florida?
My senior year was COVID. So all the official visits they taking on, I never got to take them. So my last visit was to Florida. I built a real good connection with the position coach named Christian Robinson. I think he at Bama now. Yeah, he is at Bama now. And anytime he had to take a trip to like Tennessee, he'll stop by Ramsey. And he was just a great, genuine dude. Like to this day, he's still genuine. That's somebody you could play for. So I ended up committing to Florida because of C-Rob. And that was also the last visit I took. And I fell in love with Florida campus. And I also wanted to get out of Alabama too for college.
Yeah. So you wanted to change of scenery. Yeah. And you spent 2 seasons at Florida?
My freshman year, my sophomore year. So I spent 3.
3? Yeah, you were there for 3. All right. Tell us about those 3 years in the swamp and what, you learned as a football player. Yeah. Did you experience any challenges? Did you have to overcome any adversity during those 3 years?
Well, I guess first off, I played DN in high school, and when I got to college, they had me in the like off-ball linebacker mirror. So I'm like, yo, like something not right. Like, nah, this way you probably gonna best. I went to coach like this way you gonna be playing ball now in college. So I'm like, all right, cool. And that whole little transition was hard because if you play D-line, you don't really gotta think too much. But off-ball backer plus college, and I ain't never did that before since Little League. Yeah, that was a struggle. That was something I had to overcome. And then also like I wasn't playing. And that kind of took a toll. I won't say they took a toll on me, but it got in my head a little bit because I thought I was so good. You feel me? But when I had veterans like Ventrell, Mahmoud, Jeremiah Boone, Top, Bernie, it was just a whole bunch of good guys to look up to. Like senior-wise, they were great leaders. And while I was a freshman, I just took in from them. Like everything they was doing, I was trying to implement that into my game. Because I ain't gonna lie, I think all of them boys, they in the league right now. So hopefully the stuff that they instilled upon me turns out to work for me too.
What's one thing specific they really instilled in you think?
I think my freshman year, because I wasn't playing, so I was like, why should I do this? Why should I do that? I wouldn't say that's how I was doing it, but that's how I was thinking. He was like, nah, don't even think like that. Every rep you take on that scout team is going to translate to when you start playing. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and give the scout team everything I got and get better as a player. And eventually, I started starting. And if I would have wasted them years just BSing and not getting better, it wouldn't have translated the way it did. So I appreciate them boys for putting my head in the right space.
So tell us about, you get through those 3 seasons at the University of Florida. Why did you make the decision to transfer to Texas A&M? Tell us about that.
Hey, when I came on my visit, man, I met Elko. Elko, great dude, genuine dude. He's going to tell you what it is and what it's not. A lot of the time, people can turn into a yes man. And Elko, he's not a yes man. Like, if he feel like you're not doing something to your full capability or your capacity, then he going to tell you straight up, like, yo, you need to get better in this and that field. And I appreciated that. And then my position coach from Florida, he got the job over here too. So that was already a connection I had. So I felt like, it was a trust thing to come over here too. And my teammate at the time, Jay Hill, he came over there too. So that's another trust factor that played into it. Oh, and this is the biggest stadium in the SEC. Who don't want to play in that? So yeah.
When you were at Florida, did you come here to Texas A&M and play here at Kyle Field?
Nah.
You never did?
I think the one time we did, I think I had like COVID or something. I was sick, but I ain't made the travel squad that week.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I had A-Chain and them.
Yeah. So you had never experienced playing here on the opposing team before you came here?
But I got to watch it on TV. It was stressful. I can imagine being in person.
Yeah. And now that you're here at Texas A&M, what do you love about being a part of the Aggie football program, and what do you love about just the culture and the traditions here at Texas A&M?
Really the atmosphere on game day, because I don't know if y'all know it or not, but they really play a big factor in like games, like when the quarterback can't hit on third down, when the crowd get loud after a play, or like when the crowd get loud after a touchdown. All that playing to us, like helping us. And I love the atmosphere here because y'all gonna come with it every time. So LSU game, when Nussmeyer was tripping, or the Jumbotron, and they was trolling. Yeah, we love that type of stuff. You feel me? And I love that type of stuff.
The Missouri game's coming to my mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
About the quarterback who said it's louder in practice. Yeah, I don't think so.
So we love that type of stuff.
Do you have any pregame routines or things you have to do before you take the field on game day?
First, I got to pray. And then 2, I got to put on Run the City by Jay-Z and Rihanna. And I think my third one, it's another song. I forgot the name, but them 2 for sure. Pray and listen to Running Time. I think it might be Swag Surf. You ever seen that one video of the 2019 LSU team? It's lit. It just gets you in the mood to go play ball and go hit something. So
nice. Yeah. We're kind of changing the topics here. Tell me about your perspective of all of the great resources, the programs. For instance, like the Clark Nutrition Center, you've got, resources and programs that can help with NIL and mental health and sports medicine. What does it mean to you to have access to all of those great elite resources that help you become an even better football player and student?
I think it's really a blessing that not only Texas A&M really fulfills your athlete side, but also your student side. It's a 2-part thing, student athlete. So all the resources, not just the non-living things, but like the actual people that operate the thing. And it's a true blessing to have people like that in your life and in your circle. Shout out Elko, shout out the administration for implementing all them things.
Yeah. And many of our listeners on this podcast are 12th Man Foundation donors and season ticket holders whose contributions they give back selflessly because they want to see y'all succeed.
Yeah.
Not only here in competition, but in your careers beyond. So what would you say to people like that who give back, whether it's by purchasing season tickets to come watch y'all at every single home game, or by maybe they donate to provide scholarship opportunities for athletes? What would you say to them?
I'm going to speak on behalf of all my teammates. We really appreciate y'all. We really, because y'all don't have to do that. It really take a certain type of individual to, pour into somebody other than yourself. So we really appreciate that.
I know Coach Elko has referred to you as a warrior. Where do you think that description comes from, and how has it shaped your leadership style?
A warrior? He said that? Man, I guess probably because of my meniscus thing last year, maybe. So we found out my meniscus was torn, Notre Dame game. I sat out them at next week, and we just came with the plan, all right, how Scooby gonna play this whole year? They took care of me the whole season. I guess his whole warrior thing came from me playing on the meniscus. So I really appreciate that. Not taking it for granted. I took I kind of took like having 2 good knees for granted. So I'm just blessed.
Tell us about like being on the defense. You know, at Texas A&M, our defense has a strong reputation, right? Like, how do you hold the defense accountable, especially in tight games? And what does it mean to be a part of kind of a legacy of Texas A&M football and defense and continuing the legacy of great defensive players that have come before you here at Texas A&M?
Speaking on like the great players that came through here, that's some big shoes to fill. But as a team, you can only like worry about your 1 of 11. So as long as everybody they 1 of 11, and just remember, like, you're not just doing this for yourself. You're doing this for your brothers beside you or your bigger why in life, like your parents, your siblings, or whatever it might be. I think that all just tie in how hard you play to live up to that standard and to live up to like the expectations of the 12th man and all the people who involved with Texas A&M. So it's kind of mind-boggling for real, but it's not really that mind-boggling when you put on pads on a Saturday and just go let loose.
In that response, you mentioned, your why. What is specifically your why for the game of football and for giving 110% effort every single day?
I lost a homeboy. He was my best friend, man. His name was Kamari, and I lost him at my senior year of high school. So ever since then, I was like, yo, I gotta make it for him. So and then I got some other homeboys who played like ball too, and that's like a shared why. Oh, and my family too. Can't forget my family.
And then how do you think the game of football, Scooby, has specifically impacted your life and provided incredible opportunities that you wouldn't have had otherwise?
Every time I wake up, I just think about like football and put me in rooms I didn't even know I was gonna be in. And every time I think about that, it didn't put me in a position like I can somewhat take care of my family with NIL, like all that stuff, man. It's just a blessing because if my granddad ain't never give me them pads, who knows the route I would have took? Who knows if I would have been in this position today? But I just wake up and thank God every day that he let me play this sport because once it's over, it's over. So I'm going to just enjoy it to the fullest and try to milk the game as much as I can because it's so milking me.
And what is your favorite thing about the game of football? Like if you could pick one thing and maybe specifically playing defense, like what do you just love about it?
I love making a play, man. When you make a play, I wish you could suit up and like just put on the pads and go get you a sack or a TFL, and then we got 100,000 people just screaming because you did something.
I'm sure it feels like lightning through your veins, like just that.
You feel like you're on top of the world, yeah. So and then like with football, you can really just let loose, like whatever you're going through off the field, while you on the field, it don't even matter. You just go out there and just you're a whole different person, basically.
And what would be your advice to aspiring young athletes, who want to play in college and then in the NFL beyond?
We had this one speaker who came like during fall camp. He had said this one thing. It was like Tuesday never comes, and basically it just means like attack every day like it's your last because you don't never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. So just attack every day.
Yeah, that's great advice. Great advice. And then finally, Scooby, why are you specifically proud to be an Aggie and wear the maroon and white?
I'm really just proud to be an Aggie, and because of the rich tradition, with great power comes great responsibility. So anytime you put them shoulder pads and helmet on, it's a great responsibility that you got to uphold. And who don't like pressure? It's tough, man, they're going to bring the pressure.
I've heard pressure is a privilege.
Pressure is a privilege, yes.
Scooby Williams on Answering the Call. Scooby, thank you again for joining us today.
I appreciate y'all.
Thanks for tuning in on another episode of Answering the Call. If you're enjoying the show, please rate and follow us on your podcast streaming platform of choice so you can be the first to know when a new episode drops. As always, a big thank you to our incredible podcast producer, Megan Rohde, to 12th Man Productions, and Texas A&M Athletics NIL Department. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to every donor and season ticket holder for always answering the call through loyal support of Texas A&M Athletics and our student athletes. We will be back soon with more content. Thanks, and gig 'em.